Hello guys, in today's tutorial we are going to be recreating this short Instagram reel documentary video. So without wasting much time, let's get into it.
Israel's Iron Dome air defense system has intercepted thousands of missiles with a 95.6% success rate since its deployment in 2011. However,
so here inside of After Effects, I've already imported most of the files that we're going to be using for this tutorial, and this is the sample video that I just showed you. And here are some of the images of Iron Domes, and this one I removed the background that we are going to be using for this tutorial, and this is also a grid line. So this file, when I downloaded it, I had to take it into Adobe Illustrator to remove the background from it. Then here are some clips. Here is a flag of Israel, and here's the one I removed the background that we are going to be using. So someone actually suggested I recreate this video from Instagram. The person sent me the reel on Instagram. So I was working on this before my laptop crashed, and if you've been following my channel, you'd have noticed that it's been a while since I uploaded any video. So finally I've been able to get a used laptop after taking out all of my savings and borrowing from a friend. So if you can support me, I would really appreciate that. You can do that on Buy Me a Coffee, or whichever way you want, you can contact me. Or if you can't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. That will be really helpful. So let's get into the tutorial. First, we are going to create a new composition. So the width is going to be 18 by 1920 since it's going to be a vertical video. So we're going to create vertical. So next, we're going to create a new solid. So it's going to be kind of off-white, not pure white, but a little bit. You can use my color code here if you want, and then click OK like this. Then after that, so all of the project files and assets and everything, including the project file, will be uploaded down below on the description if you want to follow the tutorial, so you can do that for free. I'm just going to go into my folder here and go down to this grid folder, this grid line, and place it on top here. So it's white. So because it's white, I'm just going to add a fill effect. So I'm using my FX console. You should know about that. So I'm just going to type fill. So I'm just going to add that, and it will be red. Increase it a bit. So I'm just going to make this around, not fully black, but maybe like ash or so, like this. You can choose whatever color you want to use. It should be fine. Then I'm also going to bring S and scale this a bit. This is okay. And also press T to bring up the opacity and reduce the opacity of the line. So maybe around 50 or 40. I think 50 is too much. So this is okay. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to draw a line. We're going to draw a line from somewhere from the middle here down, or somewhere from here. Click on your pen to remove the fill, no fill, then change it to stroke, then make it a bit like orange like this, then click OK, then increase this to around 40. Then for our line, I'm just going to use my first console again, then add roughen edges to this. I think the default is okay. Then once you've done that, you can also change the mood of this line. So I want it to be maybe to darken so that the background grid shows from it. You can maybe change it to darken or multiply. Whichever I want. I'll leave it like this. Then after that, duplicate it twice. Then move this other ones, bring up the position, and move them to the right. So we are going to make everything 3D later because we're going to add a camera. So just turn on 3D for all of this stuff, maybe apart from the grid and the back layer. So I'm just going to take all of this and pre-comp them so that it's neat. So next I'll go into my assets, into this image here, and I'll bring up this iron dome here that I've removed the background. So I'll just drag it and place it on top of everything here. Place it on top, then bring up the scale and scale this to around 142. Add a hue and saturation to this because it's kind of a bit bright and different from our sample video. So I'm just going to bring this down. So the next thing I'm going to do, this layer here, this end on, I'm going to pre-comp this. I'm going to pre-comp this, then go inside this comp, add a new solid to this. This is just a background so that we can see what you're doing. Doesn't matter with the color. Then I'm going to go into my project. So I'm going to go inside this clip here and bring this transparent flag here and put it on top of it. Then it should be behind our iron dome here, and also scale it down. Secondly, I'm going to duplicate this dome here. So what I'm trying to do here is I want to create a kind of a shadow, a fake shadow. There are several ways you can do this, but this is kind of a lazy way to do it and a quick way to do it. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and for the one behind, so I'm just going to add a fill. You can turn this off and you see what you have here. So go back to switches and mode, and we're going to make everything in 3D, but let's just make this one 3D first. And using these controls here, I'm just going to drag it, kind of flip it down, bring it. So I'm just going to do this real quickly. So I'm going to show you my settings later for you to copy. So once you flipped it to how you like, so I'm just going to add maybe fast box blur, whichever one, Gaussian blur, and just increase the blur radius a bit. So just to give it a fake kind of shadow. There are better ways to do this, like I said, and this animation is not even lasting too long in the clip or in the reel, so it's nobody's going to notice. So once you've done this, we're good to go, and delete the background that we created and go back to your main comp. Now you can see this kind of fake shadowy figure there. So to animate this dome here, what I'll do, I'll bring up the position and the rotation. Go probably like 1 second and 24 frames, or let's leave it at 2 seconds here. So we'll set a keyframe here, then go like 10 frames forward, 10 frames forward. Then I'm going to move this out of frame, not too much, just till the final. Then tilt this to around 18, and move it again so it's out like this. Then let me quickly play this back for you to see. So that's okay, but we still have some things to do. Make these keyframes easy ease. Then while all of them are selected, go down to your graph editor. So this is just a tutorial, so you can play around with the speed and all. And if you have any suggestion on how to improve this on my own part, like how I can make this better, please leave a comment, because I appreciate it. I'm also learning, so you can give suggestions like that. So once you've done that, the next we're going to do, we're going to go back inside of our projects again. Let me quickly save this. Always remember to save your project. So I'm just going to bring in some other images here. So just do the same animation of what you did, but this time they'll be coming in from the left inside, not from the right. So I'm just going to do that quickly. So once you're satisfied with the animation and all, so an update, I changed the mode to multiply and darken respectively. So this one is multiply and this one is darken, and they are all behind the main dome. So this is the animation. So once you're done with that, next we'll move on to the write up 95%. So for this, I'm going to go down and create a shape. So this time it's going to be a fill with no stroke. So this fill will be the same thing as our previous, or just slightly different, maybe slightly different, but almost the same shade of our background here. So I'm just going to draw kind of a rectangle from here like this. I think that should be okay. Then I'm also going to bring up our text and type out 90.5%. So I'll go inside of this pre-comp here. So for us, there's an animation I want to do, which is CC page turn. And if we apply it here, let me apply it on so that you can see what I'm talking about. I'll do CC page turn here. And normally this should be flipping if we move this here, but you can see that it's not working. So it's actually working. Oh, but there's something I want to do first. I'll go inside of this comp here. Then, so before I go there, first of all, I'll select this. So crop to region of interest or region of interest. So I'm just going to take, to see that we can create a shape like this. I'm just going to crop this down like this. Then go to my composition, then click on crop to region of interest. Now this composition has been cropped, or this pre-comp has been cropped to within this. So go back to your main stuff. Now you can see that it's already flipping already, so you don't have to go back to the end like this. So you're just going to do a quick animation here. Let's just maybe around 4 seconds. We'll set a keyframe for this fold position, then we go back to the beginning and then drag this how you want it to look like. You can also make it easy ease, make the keyframes, make it easy ease. That's okay. So once you've done that, next we'll move on to bringing in our camera, so that will add some use zoom effects. So make everything 3D except for the grid line and the background. So next I'm going to add a camera. So remember this, so this is going to be a 50mm camera, one node camera, and I'm just going to add it, make sure it's from the beginning. So I'm going to bring up P for the position so that we can do a quick animation for the Z space.